This is Business Rockstars from the NASDAQ market site in Times Square. I'm Jeannie Yerman, and our guest is Ben Lee. He is the founder of Rootstrap. All right, we're back. Rootstrap.
Yes.
Let's just tell the viewers, what is it you guys do?
Digital agency, product development studio. Essentially when an industry leader, a business titan, a big brand needs to build some kind of digital product, they come to us. So we help them from the coaching side, design, development, strategy, kind of like a SEAL Team 6 that gets assembled for these companies to build products, apps, emerging tech.
So you've got this really impressive roster of clients. You've got Snoop Dogg, Tony Robbins, Salesforce. Why is it they're coming to you, this independent agency? Don't they have big agencies they could go to? And how are they finding you?
Yeah, no, great question. Big agencies aren't really the answer anymore. They are very top heavy in their approach. So the BCG, the McKinseys of the world overcharge and they overpromise and underdeliver, and a lot of businesses are just getting tired of that. The other big differentiator between us and the bigger guys is we bring a startup style, which everybody wants. Everybody wants to innovate like a startup and act like a startup, even if you're a Fortune 10, because startups are nimble. They can move quickly, they can break things, they can release product quicker. So I think it's that kind of cultural quality that we bring to the table that not many other people can. In terms of where we get our business referrals, Mark Benioff in Salesforce referred us to Tony Robbins. Snoop Dogg found us from another one of our clients. Masterclass found us. Actually, we found them online. So it's a combination of word of mouth and just really good marketing.
No, you're in an interesting space because it's not every startup that can, and you're not even, can I say you're a startup at 7 years, right? You're kind of established, but you're dealing with celebrities.
Yeah.
What's different about that versus any other type of customer? How do you have to deal with them differently?
Oh, very, very differently. You can't be a yes man or an order taker. When Tony Robbins asks for a cookie, his whole leadership team would run and bring him the bakery. He's not somebody who's used to hearing no all the time in terms of you can't have that app or that feature by this release date. So it's really disciplined process, helping them organize how they run their business with us as a vendor and their other departments, and reminding them you might be the expert in your field as a movie star, as a rapper, a mogul, whatever, but we're the experts in ours. So when you work with us, you're going to listen to us because we're the doctor, we're the app doctors. So we're here to prescribe solutions, and hopefully our clients listen. And when they do, they usually turn out to be pretty successful.
Now, I noticed in some of your materials that all the different types of technologies that you guys deal with, all the different platforms and programs, et cetera.
Yes.
So you have to stay, you have to be on the cutting edge of this stuff. How do you do that?
It's an ongoing challenge, I would say. My dad's brick and mortar retail business, he didn't have to innovate. He had to just keep the same business for 39 years, deliver a consistent product, customer base. That can't work in my business. We need to explore new technologies and tool sets maybe every 12 to 16 months or even sooner. So we have to keep a lot of young people, a lot of Gen Zs, a lot of millennials, a lot of smart people kind of sniffing out what's the hottest, trendiest thing, and then we experiment, and if the findings are good, then we implement it for our clients.
And now that you're better at managing people.
Working on it, working on it.
What have you learned about keeping these people you're describing to stay on top of the cutting edge technology? How do you keep employees and keep them happy?
In our business, it's inspiring projects. It's not being afraid to fire clients. So many times team members really develop a whole new respect for their bosses when they can help an employee get out of an abusive relationship. And there's a lot in the consulting world. Negative clients, demanding. So we have kind of a no BS policy, and I think that's a really, really key factor to talent retention. Making them feel like they're really a part of a family, a community. It's kind of this very cliche thing. Culture is the most important thing. And in our business, it's everything, because we're not building a product or a platform. we have human capital. That's our business. So we need to keep these people super inspired and happy, or we don't have a business.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure that that really translates and comes across to your clients.
Well, that's why our clients hire us, is because they're paying a premium because we've developed this culture for the last 7 years that is working. And when you're a startup, you're wearing so many different hats, you're doing so many different things. Sometimes you don't have time to invest in culture. Maybe you don't have the resources to invest in culture. So a big part of why you hire us is because we've already developed the culture. We've got the practices, the systems, the process. You get to skip, you get a couple cheat codes, if you work with us. And I think that's another big advantage.
So before we sign off here, what would be your best piece of advice for starting a business?
Stay as lean as possible for as long as possible. You don't need to raise a lot of money. You probably shouldn't raise the money. You probably shouldn't raise capital when you're launching what they call a minimum viable product of version 1. So you want to focus on validating the concept, finding product market fit, identifying who are your customers, all these things before fundraising, asking mom and dad for more money, whatever you do when you start a startup. Stay lean, stay small. There's plenty of tools and resources out there. You don't need companies like mine. You can do it yourself.
Terrific. Thanks so much, Ben.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
From the NASDAQ market site in Times Square, this is Business Rockstars.